Ladies and gentlemen, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. On the 19th day of July 2022, which was on Tuesday, there was a presidential debate in this country pitting the running mates. And immediately after the end of MARTHA KARUA and RIGATHI GACHAGUA's debate, Infotrak, one of the leading research firms in this country, and a credible one, conducted an opinion poll on their official Twitter handle. They then deleted that opinion poll. And that move by Infotrak has actually caused a debate in this country. And I want us to look at why a credible research firm like Infotrak would delete their own opinion poll. Because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Infotrak wanted to do two things with that opinion poll. The first thing they wanted to do was to gauge that particular running mate debate. Who won that debate? The second thing they wanted to do was to get the feelings of Kenyans on the impact of that opinion, of that debate. But immediately they opened the poll they posted it on their Twitter, they realized uncertain behavior. That the voting was just normal, then from nowhere, tweets just started coming. So they stopped it. For me, the mere fact that they decided to stop that voting is what is making Kenyans to question the motive. Now, this was the question they asked Kenyans. Who is your preferred presidential running mate? Who was your preferred presidential running mate? If you conduct this opinion poll anywhere without any bias, MARTHA KARUA would easily win. But on this particular one, the results were shocking. That 61.9% believes that RIGATHI GACHAGUA is the preferred running mate, and that MARTHA KARUA only enjoys the support of 29.1%. That Justina Wamai, the darling, actually, if these votes were according to Kenyans' feeling, Justina would have been at the top. She had only 8.4. Then Ruth Musheru had 0.6%. So they deleted this opinion poll. By the time they were deleting this opinion poll, already 48,669 people had voted. That's huge. Now let us go and look at the other opinion polls, which were also conducted on that particular day. Let me just get them. I think there were some other opinion polls where they... The first one here is the Star Kenya. And their question was direct. Who do you think won the debate? And they are saying MARTHA KARUA had 30%, RIGATHI GACHAGUA had 70%. That was around 3 hours, after around 2 hours basically. By that time, only 7,000 people had voted. Then you go to Infotrak. The funny thing is that Infotrak, within the same 2 hours, 48,000 people had voted. But for Star, after 2 hours, only 7,000 people. Then you go to Mizani. After 2 hours, only 6,000 people had voted. And in this, RIGATHI GACHAGUA had 78%, MARTHA KARUA had 22%. And then you go to Citizen TV. After, again, only around 1 hour 30 minutes. Rigathi had 62%. Karua had 24%, which is similar to Infotrak. So it means that bots were at work on both on the Citizen and on Infotrak. Citizen, I hope and believe that they left their opinion poll. For Infotrak, they decided to delete it. And the question is, why would they delete that opinion poll? I want us to look at the main reasons why they deleted that opinion poll. But before we get into all those, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us look at the reasons why Infotrak decided to delete this opinion poll. The first reason they deleted this opinion poll is the bots. You know, in this country, there are bots. Bots simply means fake accounts. These fake accounts are normally used to achieve objectives on Twitter. I was talking to some gentleman some months ago, I think around 8 or 9 months ago. The guy used to work for President Uhuru Kenyatta at Jubilee headquarters. I think it's called Polycarp Hinga. And he was wondering how ODM could lose polls on Twitter. And he was shocked that in most cases, ODM would actually win some of those polls, but without using bots. That for them, during their time, they had bots, so that anytime there was a debate and a poll, they would easily win. They would just be reactivated. You know, they have these WhatsApp groups where once someone notices these things, they post, they vote, and then the bots follows. And he was telling me there are people in their teams who would have like over 100 bots. You can't defeat Itumbi when it comes to social media. He has the highest number of bots. That's why when he was with Uhuru Kenyatta, you wouldn't defeat Uhuru Kenyatta in any opinion poll and even in social media war. So that those bots were going to make the opinion polls lose credibility. And because Infotrak wants to maintain their credibility, they opted, because look at it this way. If you ask people, Kenyans on the streets, you can even consult your TV, the way people were interviewed across the country, there was a general consensus that Martha Karua won the debate. Rigathi Gachagua won the argument. That's a general consensus. And most people believe that Martha Karua did so well as far as corruption is concerned. And that Rigathi Gachagua also did so well by focusing on President Uhuru Kenyatta, just to make Martha Karua try to lose her focus, and Martha stayed calm. So they are planning to conduct another opinion poll. So if they will release opinion poll again, results by calling people and the rest, and then those results were going to be different from this, they will lose the credibility. And because they don't want to lose credibility, I think that's why they decided to delete it. Number two, I also don't want to rule out the possibility of external interference. You know, opinion polls are used to influence and shape opinions. Martha Karua was always ahead of Rigathi Gachagua in terms of preference. The truth is, Rigathi Gachagua did well in the interview, on the debate, because most Kenyans had less hopes in him. While the expectations on Martha Karua were so high. So when they were almost at 50-50, Rigathi Gachagua actually won, because, you know, if you never expected someone to perform better and he performs well, then he won. So the deep state probably did not want that opinion poll to get out, because by that opinion poll getting out, it means the undecided were going to be persuaded. And for those who followed the opinion poll, who followed that debate, I think William Ruto is actually ahead of Raila Odinga in terms of being prepared. They knew so well that at the end of that debate, once it ended, Kenyans were going to discuss it on Twitter and on Facebook. So they went ahead. You saw Ruto becoming the first one to congratulate Rigathi Gachagua, Itumbi and the rest, people like blogger Abdul Nasir, coming out very fast to heap praises on Rigathi Gachagua. So once they took that leading role, then it means Kenyans were now like, okay, Rigathi won. While on the other side, they didn't have any plan. They didn't have any social media strategy. So the deep state realized that, okay, these guys had a strategy. They applied the bots. The bots are already shaping the opinion polls here. Let's talk to this guy to relate it. I don't want to rule out the possibility of external interference. Number three, I also think that by maintaining that opinion poll and conducting another live opinion poll, these guys were going to see serious deviation from the results. Like Rigathi Gachagua winning by 60%, then you conduct live interviews with the people, then the next day you release the result. And in that result, it shows MARTHA KARUA winning. Who would believe them? Who? So very few people are going to believe them. So that's why they decided that the best thing, let us delete this opinion poll. And number four, I think it's all about misinformation. If you publish an opinion polls whose results are not true, are guided by bots, because of the credibility, people would take like that opinion poll was going to make headline. It means you are going to spread misinformation because it's not a true figure. And misinformation is one thing which is not good, especially in this particular election. And lastly, I think because they realized that there's a problem here and there, they wanted to conduct their opinion poll. So there was no need to conduct these other social media opinion polls. I don't know what you think. That's my take. But I think, if you ask me, there was no reason whatsoever for Infotrak to release that opinion poll. They just ought to have left it, studied it, probably told Kenyans that out of these votes, this number were bots. That would be more helpful for their image. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.